So if everyone would please come to sit tall, separating the vertebra so your top of your head, your crown chakra actually rises up a little bit, and your shoulders are slightly back and down. Your chin is tucked slightly straight back. And when you're in this perfect yogi posture, that straightens your spine a lot. And it allows the energies of prana from the universe to enter. It allows the Kundalini energy in the pelvic region to rise up the spine, circulate through the brain. There's a certain pathway, and then back down. And that's a continuous circulation. That happens all the time. But when we're practicing the yoga, it's accentuated. So it's happening more. So we're going to facilitate that by being in a good posture. Let your eyes fall shut and fall into your breath. Consciously slow it down. And as usual, briefly scan the body for tensions. So tune into your legs and see if you're holding any tension there. Largely the tension is unconscious, so we have to focus. Okay, focus on your legs. Release the tension. Now come up to the pelvic region. Focus there. Make sure you're not clenching. That disrupts everything if we do. So unclench. Move up the torso and sort out what you need to hold the posture and discern what you can let go. Do so. Relax the arms. From the back of the neck, come up over the scalp, envisioning relaxing the entire scalp, all the way over to the forehead. Unfurrow the brow, unsquint the eyes. Let the cheeks be loose, lips and tongue loose, jaw slack. And while we're in this state, I want to teach and practice a little bit of long, deep breathing. So is it actually a technique to that? We will oftentimes, in kriya will say long, deep breathing, but they're not describing how to do it. There is a proper way to do it. You're sitting up tall in that perfect posture, and on the inhale, you begin with your lower belly. This takes a little practice, but you inhale beginning with the belly, pooching out. And then, as you inhale, then the chest is involved. And then the chest expands. And it's as if right at the peak of the inhale, the clavicle parts a little bit. And then you roll over the top of the exhale, the clavicles come back in. And the chest begins to come in. And lastly, the belly comes in. That is long, deep breathing. So one more time. You begin inhaling by expanding the belly out, and then involve the chest, and the chest begins to expand. And then you come all the way up, the clavicles come apart, roll over the top, clavicles begin to close, and you exhale, bringing the chest in first, and then lastly, the belly. Practice that for a few moments at your own pace. Something always to remember, the slower your breath, the more relaxed you are. Tension and breath are tied. And in a moment of distress, if you can control your breath, you can control the situation. You can, at least yourself, you can control yourself and the anxiety that you may feel. And sometimes when someone is having a panic attack, I tell them, I say, just play with it. Just, you don't struggle with it, you just play with how slow can you get your breath and make a little game of it. And if you know how to do the long, deep breathing, like I just told you, that will help. And see, you will relax. The two go together. So I guess yesterday and today was the full moon, or is the full moon. Uh, so there's always a little heightened energy around the full moon. Not necessarily a bad thing, just heightened energy. My mom and I wrote a poem together, and she began it with these beautiful words, and then I added some words at the end. She said, "The moon is full, and you and I and the tides and the green growth respond. All is well in the universe, within and without. And after all is said and done, we are doing and being all we can." It's my personal belief that there is nothing wrong in the universe, and that brings me solace and peace. Okay, let's tune in, rub our hands together, and we'll be chanting Om Namo Buddhaya Namo, and we'll send the energies out into the universe and calling in the golden chain teachers, the past masters, to come be with us and help us in this practice. And to set our intentions to do this practice the best we can. There's no failure in Kundalini, we just do the best we can. And it's the intention that matters. Okay, bring the thumbs into the sternum. Let your eyes fall shut. Deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Inhale to begin 3 times, follow me. Om Namo Buddhaya Namo. Om Namo Charm for protection. Inhale. Samgadena me, Jugangadena me, Samgadena me, Siddhidena me, Samgadena me, Jugangadena me, Samgadena me, Siddhidena me, Inhale and hold. Exhale and relax. And I forgot to mention with the long deep breathing, since this virus is all about the lungs and being able to breathe, practicing breathing is a very good thing right now. And there's a lot of different techniques, so I'm just sharing with you what I know through Kundalini. And we have to keep moving, but don't forget lion's breath. So let's just do like 30 seconds of that right now, just to remind you how to do it, because this detoxifies the whole body. And the way you do it is you protrude your tongue, you stick out your tongue as far as you can, and then you pant like a dog. So the toxins are coming off the back of the throat, And you're also working the lungs, all right, keeping those lungs supple. And that's exactly what we need right now. And whether or not you are sick, and if you do get sick, I hope you can do this. Okay, that would be a good thing to do. Okay, let's do a little bit of ego eradicator. So bring your fingers to the base of to the pads beneath the fingers like that, like so. I hope you can see me. And the thumbs are out, and we plug the thumbs into the universe up like so, 60 degrees. And by the way, let me just break and tell you guys, I'm depending on you to do everything as accurately as you possibly can, because that's the way you get the bang from the Kundalini. I can't see you, I can't correct you. So you're gonna have to use discipline. And like if I say 60 degrees, look, my arms at 60 degrees, I can see myself here. So I suggest you practice in front of a mirror sometime when your personal practice. So, but at any rate, throughout the practice, do the best you can. Okay, assume the position and breath of fire through the nose. So it's just like panting, except you do it through the nose. Go, please. Continue. And remember, you can do this on your own anytime. These are things that they're just tools you can take with you. And again, we're working on the lungs. This is a great way to practice it. Cleanses and purifies the blood. It's a wonderful thing to do. It's called ego eradicator, but don't get me started. We can't eradicate the ego. And Yogi Bhajan do that. He just likes to play with words. We put the ego in its proper place. It has a function here on this earth plane, but it's not supposed to run the show. Okay, inhale. Bring your thumbs overhead to touch. Bring your fingers open to the heavens. Now we're an antenna, drawing in the prana, the energy of the universe. Slowly exhale, sweeping your auric field as your hands come down. And come to standing, please.
Why do you have socks on?
We're just going to do a little bit of warm-ups, and now that I've reminded you or taught you, I'm not sure, but how to do breath of fire, we will be doing this movement. So you notice one hand, I twist, one hand comes to the very center of the chest, and I notice people do all kinds of things, but it's the center of the chest where the heart chakra is, and then you swing around, and it comes to the center of the chest and the other side. All the time, do breath of fire. Go, please. Change the movement to this, and the hand goes to the back, small of the back, and back around, all the while doing breath of fire. Inhale. Okay, your feet a little, and feet a little further than hip distance. Arms out like this. Inhale in this position. Twist. Exhale down, opposite foot. Inhale up, twist, exhale down. Inhaling up, make sure you twist. That way you don't just reach across your body. You get a full stretch. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Okay, inhale up. Hook your thumbs. Doesn't matter which one's hooked over which. And these are just forward folds, so you inhale, stretching, leaning back, exhale down. Inhaling back, exhaling down. Next time you come down, stay down. Breathe normally and just flop your hands around, shake your head yes and no. Just loosen up. And then slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra. Reaching the top, roll your shoulders back and down, tuck your chin back, and you are in mountain pose. Okay, and now we're going to remain standing, and we're going to begin the kriya. That was just warm-ups, okay? And you can do these warm-ups anytime. Just have at it, enjoy it. Even if you're just going to do a meditation or something like that, do a little bit of warm-ups. You get more out of a meditation. Okay, this is called kriya, to relax and release fear. And what we're doing is standing cat-cow. So you're going to reach either behind your knees or your calves, and you're going to be doing just like cat-cow. On the inhale, your belly goes down, your head comes up. On the exhale, you arch the spine, and the head goes down. Make sure the head flexes along with the spine, because the neck is part of the spine. We won't leave it up. So inhaling, belly down, head up. Exhaling, arching the spine, head down. Cow, cat, cow, cat. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And continue that, please. Try to keep your legs straight if you can. Well, it's at this point, I usually tell you, you're doing great. Keep up at it. I can't see you, but I know that you are. You're doing the best you can because you want to get something out of this, right? So your hands should be behind, underneath your knees, behind the knees, or your calves. I mean, that's technically what they're asking for. So I just want to say, these are exciting times. We don't know what the hell's going to happen. But it's still exciting times, and the whole alternative community is all abuzz. I mean, if you go look at tower readings or something like that, people are talking about, we're doing a major shift, a major change, and this kind of thing, which is a good thing. Change is uncomfortable, and we don't necessarily like it. But and we don't know what's coming. I don't know what's coming. I'm not going to pretend to know. But I have my ideas. But we're just hanging on. These are amazing historical times to witness. You know, I remember 2020. I was there, you know. So be alert, observe, and know that this is a powerful happening on the planet. in the universe. I think it's far more than just our little people stuff here on the earth. And far more than just politics, far, far more. I encourage you to think broadly. Okay, inhale into cow, belly down, head up, hold for a second, and then release, and rise up, and then we're going to be doing standing torso twist. And you got your hands on your hips, and you're going to be just rotating from the waist up. Avoid the tendency to swing the hips out. It's not about that. It's about the upper body only going around. It's hard for me to do without swinging my hips, but work at it. So just begin one direction and keep that going. And we'll be doing this for a little while, so. Okay, they want it rapid, so speed it up. Whatever you're doing, okay? We'll be doing it, a good 3 minutes or so. But, you want to get something out of this practice. You don't want to do it halfway. It says this rejuvenates the spleen and liver. If you feel nauseous at any point, it's because you're releasing toxins from the liver, which is a good thing. I have a friend that says the liver is like an oil filter for your car, And he says, I don't understand why anybody would eat a liver. It's like eating an oil filter. But at any rate, I'm not into animal flesh these days at this point in my life. At the very least, make sure you eat clean foods these days to keep your immune system up to par, functioning properly. Have faith in your body. They don't tell you which direction to do this, and I'm probably not doing it fast enough. But if you want to reverse direction, they don't say you can't. So if you want to reverse, go ahead. I am very precise when I teach. I don't mess with the way these things were laid down. The way Yogi Bhajan taught us that the ancients brought it forward. So I figure these masters knew what they were doing. It's not my place to change anything, so I don't. And it's your job as a student to get the most out of it, is to practice it precisely. And when I see a room full of people and I have students live, I can see people making little changes. Oh, he wants me to do this. Well, I'll do a little variation in some way. And that's not wise. We're not used to functioning with the precisions that's required. And I use the metaphor, the example, like a computer works a certain way. You can't change it up. I mean, you have certain avenues and that's that. But you got to play its game. You can't just reinvent it every time you sit down. Okay, coming up. All right. Good. All right, inhale, center. Exhale. And come to seated in easy pose. That's cross-legged position. And You're going to make fists with your elbows up as if you're grasping a steering wheel. You see anybody driving like this, get the hell out of their way, right? So we're going to be doing twists, but some of you know in spinal twist, the face goes with it, not this time. We want the neck to feel a turn. So you fix a point and look at it. So we want this neck to turn so that it opens up the arteries in the neck. I'm not playing music, by the way, because I was told that that was distracting on a video. There will be music later on. But when I don't have music, I keep thinking, what's wrong? Something's wrong. It's music. I'm used to having music. Okay. Make sure if you get a good twist and your face is facing one way, your neck is going to be turned, and that's going to clear up those carotid arteries. It's very important. That's the reason I like to do neck rolls or face turns. Keep the elbows up. Don't let the elbows drop. All right, if I didn't say it, inhale left, exhale right. And they want a powerful breath. So make it powerful. Even if you've already been doing it, make it powerful from this point on. Kundalini does so many things. I mean, you know, they have purpose in this and everything, but in general, it's balancing out all of our systems and all of our chakras. And that's making us healthy, regardless of any specific thing that it's doing. And I don't know if I mentioned it to you, and it's probably not even necessary, but always remember that it's never good to leave a class early in terms of a kriya. You could leave before meditation or something, but a kriya should be uninterrupted. Always complete the kriya because it's a sequence of actions that's important. And it would be, you know, you're not going to blow up or anything, but it's distressing to the body to not complete this sequence of events that's supposed to happen. So if anybody comes in and they say, well, I got to leave early, well, make sure you complete that kriya and maybe leave before the meditation or even shavasana. Shavasana is a very, very important part of any yoga. Okay, inhale, center. Exhale. And now, this is called extended arm wave. I don't want to call it that because it's a hand movement, but your arms are again 60 degrees up, your hands are open, and then you're just going to be opening and closing the hands. Now, don't get lazy and half open the hands. Open them all the way and close them all the way. Please begin. And keep the arms at 60 degrees. This exercise breaks up deposits in the fingers and prevents arthritis. If you already have arthritis, it may work on improving. I have a little bit of finger arthritis. I'm going to be doing some of this. They don't give an eye position, so I always say just Close the eyes and look to the third eye point, the brow point. So you're between the eyebrows, slightly above. That's the default position. We are just doing minimal times on this kriya. You know, when you're well practiced and in good condition, you know, like this says 3 to 7 minutes. We're only going to do 3. In fact, a little less than 3. The teacher has the option of reducing the length of a kriya by reducing the times, but the teacher must do it equally throughout the whole kriya. You can't get the hurry-ups right at the last minute and start shortening things. That's not good. Well, it's amazing how tiring that can be on your forearms and your hands. Hang in there. And always remember, if you ever find yourself stopping, you know, you go, take a couple of breaths, go right back. Because you're always good for a little bit more. A few more seconds. That's the way you get through Kundalini. Remember, there's no failure. You just do what you can do. Do the best you can. I guess there's an advantage to doing it in your own home. Nobody's watching. You can do whatever you want to do. On the other hand, if you're in a room full of people, you get carried by the energy. So remember, we got several people watching this. So tune into their energy. Inhale. Exhale. Relax the arms down. All right, moving right along. Oh, I've already done that one. Okay, we're going to be making fists with the thumbs touching the mercury around the mound underneath the little pinky finger. And so it's hard for me to do. I got short thumbs and wide hands. So that's it. Mercury mound right beneath the pinky finger, and then close the other fingers around it. And you're making a fist. And let me get the breath right. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale. So you're inhaling on when you draw the hands in. Good, good, good. All right, start breathing through your mouth with an O-shaped mouth. Continue the movement. So, powerful. Continue. A little bit more. Inhale, hold. Exhale, relax. And the next is fist rolls. And these are ordinary fists. The thumb is on the outside. And you put them right out in front of the body, and you're just rotating the fist. The left goes counterclockwise, the right goes clockwise. So it's like so. Just continue that. Keep the elbows straight and fists tight. Move the shoulder blades and the muscles underneath the shoulder area. So a little English into it and get your shoulders into it. So it says this exercise adjusts the muscles under the breast. If this area is tight, it makes you very uptight. Well, I guess that makes sense, because that's your chest, you know. And if we're overly excited, the tendency is for people to breathe shallowly up in their upper chest. That's the tendency. So if you get well practiced at long, deep breathing in an uptight situation, you can just focus and say, okay, I'm gonna do long, deep breathing, and start involving your belly and the whole chest and getting a good expansion, and you will relax. They just go together. So that shallow, uptight breath, it feeds on anxiety. You get it when you're anxious, and it feeds, it perpetuates. A little bit more. Hang in there. Okay, inhale, exhale, and come to standing, please. Okay, we make fists and put them right up the shoulder level like so. And we're going to be doing crow squats, so I like to put my feet a little further distance than hip distance, because that's the only way I can do it. So whatever works for you. So you inhale at this point and then exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, and continue. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Anytime we're standing, feel free to have your eyes open for balance. So whatever your squat looks like, mine doesn't go all the way down, but further you can get down, the better. But you know, if you're only just doing this, that works. If that's all that's available to you, so you do what's available. Further down you can get is the better, of course. Sometimes I like to share my personal belief systems. You do not have to believe them. You've heard me talk about, I believe we all have a window to reality that no one else has had, or will have. So your point of view, what you see, is equally valid with anyone. And don't you forget it. But my personal belief is that humanity is evolving and that there's a collective consciousness that is growing and changing. And we are at a turning point right now. And we all know that we are in danger of screwing up this planet irreparably. So if we're going to survive, this is my personal belief, we have to change. And I believe it's happening. The Aquarian age is upon us. Signs of that age is showing. One of them is the transparency. Nobody can get away with hardly anything anymore. All of the politicians and the crookedness is exposed. Okay, exhale up, or just inhale up. Hold and release. And let me see before you sit down. Let me check. First time I've taught this kriya. Okay, come to seated. Aren't you happy? So, anyway, Aquarian age is supposed to be, and Yogi Bhajan taught this, but not just Yogi Bhajan, this is coming from all different practices and people around the planet, that there is a very real change in the consciousness of humanity moving away from such duality. The universe sees itself in polarity, light and dark, hot and cold, male and female, good and bad, and all of these things. And it's a difficult concept, and it takes a lot of, how should we word this, spiritual growth and to learn to go beyond the duality. Shakespeare said something, and I'm going to murder this because I can't remember exactly what he said. It says, there is no good or bad, it's only thinking that makes it so. And my interpretation of that is that from you're observing it and somebody doing it, that's bad, I don't like that. And we're coming from our point of view. From that other person's point of view, they think they're good. They do. And that's the oneness of all things that we have to come to grips with. They are with the lightness and the darkness and this kind of thing. Anyway, coming to the place where we're no longer being as dominant and subservient, and it sounds trite and woo, but it's coming into a more place of love and acceptance and tolerance and kindness and compassion. It's coming, folks. Just trying to encourage you. That's my take. It's my take. You don't have to believe it. You can believe whatever you want, and I will listen. If we have a chance to talk, I will listen. I love that. This is called Sikuli Pranayama, and a very relaxing thing. So you stick your tongue out a little bit, and if this is available to you, you curl it into a U shape. Not everybody can do that. It's a genetic thing. But it at least protrude your tongue a little bit, and you're going to slowly sip air over your tongue. Slow breath, and then exhale slowly through the nose. So you're going to feel that cooling air over your tongue. And make sure it's protruded. I will watch students and their tongues won't be protruded. And they're just simply not doing it. Please check yourself and make sure you're protruding that tongue. Inhaling slowly over a curled tongue if that's available to you. Curl into a U shape, and then exhaling through the nose. Very relaxing breath. Now, most exercises in a kriya, which is the set of exercises in sequence that we're doing right now, most of the exercises cannot be removed from that kriya and practiced independently. This is an exception. You can do this one independently anytime you want. And it's a very calming thing and paradoxically energizing at the same time. So it's a wonderful thing to do. And it's the kind of thing you can do on your own, just damn near anywhere. Make it a smooth, slow breath and deep. And they say make the breath long and heavy. So I say we're in exciting times. Who knows what's going to happen? And the whole universe is exciting to me. And I've reached a place where I'm not fearing death. My joke is I used to think dying was a fate worse than death, but I don't believe that anymore. I've read enough near-death experiences to know that whatever happens is usually a very loving thing. But I read enough also to know, and I've heard other people say this, is that we experience what we believe. So if you're a believer of Jesus, for instance, that's who you're going to see. Whatever your belief system is, that's pretty much what you're going to get. And I don't believe we get up there and we get punished or anything, but I don't know. Well, I have died many times, just like you guys. See, I believe in reincarnation. So we get up there, we have this, and then we recycle it. That's my take. Okay, and Anita Moorjani wrote the book Dying to Be Me, and she had a magnificent near-death experience where she felt like she was expanding out, and her departed father was there, and departed girlfriend, and she merged with them. And then she said her feeling was that God was not a person, but an energy, and she was part of that. And she was just expanding out, expanding out, expanding out. And then her father says, well, you know you have to go back, don't you? And she says, I don't want to go back. She says, I want to stay here. I want to be home. And his line was, you're never not home. So take that as you will. I take it we need to realize that we're home right here, right now. It's not somewhere we need to go to. We're right here. And I think Jesus said something to the effect, the kingdom of heaven is laid out before you, and you've only to see it. So as we spiritually grow, perhaps we're getting more and more there. I have less fear now than I've ever had in my life. because I'm not afraid of dying. And it's like another grand adventure. I'll have my death experience and it'll be wonderful. Okay, so because they say the unconditional love is just beyond description. Continue the breath. So music's going to start.
Emellan mandíbulas mandíbulas con frío. Jeans, jeans. Sitting down. Wave your arms. Close your eyes. Move rhythmically to the music. Move as your body feels. Stop thinking. Just go with the beat.
going to be Jat Sahib, a different music called old traditional music. And this has a long lead. Sorry.
Satguru Prasad.
It's a long.
Shri
Sit on your heels. Come to sit on your heels.
Shri Mukhwaj
You got your hands right on your thighs above your knees. So you're tall and straight. At a certain point, we're going to begin bowing. This is traditional in Kundalini. Lots of kriyas have this movement.
अचल मूरत अनुभव प्रकाश अमितोज कहिजय कोट इंद्र इंद्रान साहो सहान गणिजय त्रिपवन मही सुर नर असुर नेत नेत बंतृण कहत तब सर्व नाम कथय कवन कर्म नाम वर्णत सुमत भुजंग प्रयात छंद नमस्तं काले नमस्तं कृपाले नमस्तं रूपे नमस्तं रूपे नमस्तं नमस्तं काले नमस्तं जाले नमस्तं वंदे नमस्तं नामे नमस्तं धामे नमस्तं कर्मं नमस्तं धर्मं नमस्तं नामं नमस्तं धामं नमस्तं गीते नमस्तं गीते नमस्तं वाणी नमस्तं अकाले नमस्तं अनिले नमस्तं अनादे नमस्तं चेते नमस्तं अगाधे नमस्तं गंगे नमस्तं वंदे नमस्तं उदारे नमस्तं अकारे नमस्तं सूर्ये नमस्तं अनेके नमस्तं अरूपे नमस्तं अरूपे नमस्तं निर्कर्मे नमस्तं निर्भर्मे नमस्तं निर्देशे नमस्तं निर्देशे नमस्तं निर्नामे नमस्तं निर्वामे नमस्तं निर्धाते नमस्तं निर्धाते नमस्तं निर्धूते नमस्तं अभूते नमस्तं अलोके नमस्तं अशोके नमस्तं निर्तापे नमस्तं अथापे नमस्तं निर्माणे नमस्तं निधाने नमस्तं अगाये नमस्तं अगाले नमस्तं निर्वर्गे नमस्तं असर्गे नमस्तं परभोगे नमस्तं सुभोगे नमस्तं अरंगे नमस्तं अभंगे नमस्तं अगम्ये नमस्तं रम्ये नमस्तं जलाशे नमस्तं निराशे नमस्तं अजाते नमस्तं अपाते नमस्तं अमजदे नमस्तं अजदे अदेशं अदेशे नमस्तं अवेशे नमस्तं निर्वामे नमस्तं निर्वामे नमो सर्वकाले नमो सर्वज्ञाले नमो सर्वरूपे नमो सर्वभूते नमो सर्वखापे नमो सर्वखापे नमो सर्वकाले नमो सर्वकाले नमस्ते देवे नमस्तं देवे नमस्तं अजन्मे नमस्तं सुवन्ने नमो सर्वगौणे नमो सर्वगौणे नमो सर्वरंगे नमो सर्वभंगे नमो काल काले नमः सत्याले नमस्तं अवर्णे नमस्तं अमरणे नमस्तं जराय नमस्तं कृताय नमो सर्वकंदे नमो सतसभंगे नमस्तं निर्साके नमस्तं निर्वाके नमस्तं रहीमे नमस्तं करीमे नमस्तं अनंते नमस्तं महंते नमस्तं रागे नमस्तं सुहागे नमो सर्वशोभन नमो सर्वतोभन नमो सर्वकर्ता नमो सर्वहर्ता नमो जोग जोगे नमो जोग भोगे नमो सर्वज्ञाने नमो सर्वपाले साची क्षमता प्रसाद अरूप है अनूप है अजू है अलेख है अपेख है अनाम है अकाम है अभी है अभी है अजीत है अभी है तिरमान
Okay,
वीरान
inhale,
असल है असल
exhale, come to easy pose. And by the way, that movement, the bowing movement, has been known to relieve formations of kidney stones and gallstones to help get rid of them. So now we're going to be sitting and we're going to be using Venus lock. So ladies, you have your, you're going to interlace your fingers with your right pinky on bottom, your left thumb on top, and you're going to put your right thumb in between your left thumb and the right forefinger. That is Venus lock. Guys, we do it the opposite. So we have the left pinky on bottom and left thumb in between the right forefinger and right thumb. I hope everybody has that. So you're going to put it back behind your neck and you're going to draw those elbows back. Make sure your head is up, push forward, and you're just going to sit there and meditate to this music. Let yourself become calm together. Feel that you're going to achieve God's light in you. Totally remove any difference between yourself and God.
नमो जोगे जोगेश्वर परम सिद्धे नमो राजे राजेश्वर परम विद्ये नमो शस्त्र पाणि नमो अस्त्रमाणि नमो परम ज्ञाता नमो लोकमाता अपेक्षी अपरमी अपोरी अपुत्री
Breathe long and gentle. Eyes are closed.
नमो हरदा नमो राग रूपे नमो साम नमो रूपे नमो दान दाने नमो मान माने नमो लोक लोके नमो संसाने नमो मंत्र मंत्र नमो जंत्र जंत्र नमो इष्ट इष्टे नमो तंत्र तंत्र सच्चिदानंद सर्वं प्रणासी अनूपे अरूपे समस्त निवासी सदा सिद्धदा बुद्धदा बुद्ध करता अद्भुत अर्धम अगंतो हरता परम परम परमेश्वरं प्रोचिपालं सदा सर्वदा सिद्धदाता अच्छेदी अपेदी अनामं अकामं समस्त पराजी समस्त धाम तेरा जो चाचरी छंद गले हैं कले हैं अभी हैं अबे हैं प्रभु हैं अर्जु हैं आदेश हैं आदेश हैं प्रयाग छंद अगाधे आबादे अनंदी स्वरूपे नमो सर्वमाने समस्ति निधाने नमस्तं नाथे नमस्तं कर्माथे नमस्तं अगंजे नमस्तं अवंजे नमस्तं नारायणे नमस्तं नारायणे नमो सर्वदेशे नमो सर्वदेशे नमो राधे राधे नमो साध साधे नमो शाह शाहे नमो महामाहे नमो गीत गीते नमो प्रीत प्रीते नमो रोग रोगे नमो शोक शोके नमो सर्व रोगे नमो सर्व भोगे नमो सर्व गीतम नमो सर्व प्रीतम नमो सर्व ज्ञानं नमो परम ज्ञानं नमो सर्व मंत्रं नमो सर्व जंत्रं नमो सर्व विष्णु नमो सर्व कृष्ण नमो सर्व रंगे तिरुवंगी अनंगे नमो जीव जीवन नमो बीज बीजे अपिजे अपिजे समस्त सिद्धे स्वरूपे परम प्रणासी सदा सर्वदा सिद्धि नासी
posture and come to lie on your back for Shavasana and Gong. And a good Shavasana posture, as most of you know, is your legs are together and your arms by your side, palms up. You get your shoulder blades together, and then you relax everything. And wherever everything falls, that's where it belongs. And you just receive. Gong is, of course, not as good, I guess, if it's not in person, but it's still very effective, at least 80%. So just enjoy it. Make it good. We have more control of ourselves than anything than we realize. Relaxation is a choice. Love is a choice. Anger is a choice. We just learn how to navigate this inner landscape.
Bring your awareness back. Bring it to your breath, your sweet, precious breath. All the more precious these days. Coming very slowly and respectfully back into the body. Little bitty movements, wiggling fingers and toes. Circling wrists and ankles, each direction. Draw your arms overhead on a full body stretch. Make yourself long. Draw your knees to your chest. Hug them in. Make some little circles around your lower back. Each direction. A few.
Stretch your left leg out onto the mat. Take your bent right knee, pull it over to the left. Well, you look out to the right and your right arm extends out into a cat stretch. Trying to keep your shoulder blades flat on the mat. And then rolling up to center and reverse. Coming back to center, rub the soles of your feet together, the hands together, feel the energy. And grasp the knees and rock and roll up. 2 or 3 or 4 are a good day because it massages the spine. Spine likes that. All right, we're going to just go right into a meditation to release anxiety and fear. Bring your fingers together, all together like so. I hope you can see me. So they're together like that, all of your fingers together. You're going to bring them parallel to the mat, right? Elbows close to the body, and then extend them out a little bit like so. You're going to be eyes closed, looking at your third eye, and here's the deal. You're going to inhale slowly, exhale everything out, hold the breath out, and you're going to mentally chant sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. And then slowly inhale, exhale, and do it again. Now the pace is your own. You don't have to do it as slowly as I did it, but you may find that you'll be able to do it slower the longer you do it and the more you relax. Remember, this is a very calming meditation. So you're inhaling deeply, exhaling completely, holding the breath out. 4 rounds of Satanama. Satanama, infinity, life, death, rebirth, is the most reassuring mantra that I know of. Infinity, life, death, rebirth. It all goes on. The whole universe just continues. And there's nothing wrong with the universe. Everything is good. It's all right. It's all okay. We just got to live through it. And we are courageous warriors. Enjoy this meditation.
Inhale. Exhale. Relax your posture, relax your hands in your lap or on your legs. Sit still for a few moments. Any meditation is enhanced by sitting still for a few moments. Come to prayer pose, please.
May the long-time sun shine upon you. Oh, love, surround you, and the pure love within you. Guide your way home. Guide your way home. May the long-time sun shine upon you. Oh, love, surround you, and the pure love within you. Guide your way home. Guide your way home. May the long-time sun shine on you. Oh, love, surround you, and the pure love within you. Guide your way home. Guide your way home. Guide your way
Hold prayer pose for a moment, please. Yogi Bhajan said, the majority of the world is living in fear. Nobody knows what is happening. There's too much information available to process. That is not the way. Just feel within yourself content and satisfied, peaceful, and unique. And I'll add what Yogi Bhajan has said many times, when you develop your own calmness and your peace, people will gravitate to you. People are scared. And they'll say, what do you have? What do you do? And just with you don't have to fix them, you just with calmness, you can share what you do, this practice, other practices, whatever it is you do. But please be compassionate and kind. Thank you for this practice. I'm honored to teach. Sadhana.